Hello, awakening souls. I'm calling you that because if you're still listening to any of my vlogs, it's because there's some messages that are resonating with you that you're finding are also helping you on your awakening path. I took a little break for a moment. I've been going through my own little spiritual awakening, and it seems like these inspirations for these videos come so quick, and then there's places in between where there's nothing, or there's so much that I don't even know where to start, and I just kind of am frozen in a standstill. But there's been a lot that has come to me very recently. So as of 2020, this year has been just full of ideas and inspiration and inner growth. And one of the realizations that I've come to that's helped me the most as a healer and calling out what it is that I also need to be healed is heart, and how important it is that we are moving through healing through our heart space. So we all are energy, that's how we work, and we get trapped in our mind, and our mind tends to tell us stories about ourselves, and our ego is attached to certain particular times in our life that create trauma and pain and inflammation and illness. And we focus so much on the illness that we're not actually moving through the healing of that illness. We want to awaken, or we want more clarity, or we want to progress, but we're not moving through the healing of that progression. And for me, one of the biggest insights that I have started to come to was the removal of my own energetic blocks around my heart, and what that has done for me. For the first time in my life, I'm able to see how the heart itself becomes our healing tool. So we all have intuition, we all have psychic abilities, but we have been closed off from that due to our culture and society saying if it's not proven, then it's not real. Saying if you can't see it, test it, then it's not real. And we do know that science is a foundation that is made to be misproven. Science is continually going to evolve. That is something that if you're only focusing on science, your foundation is always going to be rocky. So in my own practices, through my own teachers, I have found that I have a very strong morning practice, meaning that every morning there is a practice that I offer myself, and a series and a routine, which I'll post about that later, that was really helping me through repetition and continuation to see a lot of this growth and change occur. And one of those things is learning how, with my open heart, how to move through healing from the heart. So what is this, and how does it work, and how do we move through the heart as our healing tool? Well, I know that we've been plagued in the media and through friends and through myself that we deal with a lot of mental issues right now. People are coming in and out, left and right. Mental health is this huge focus. And what I have noticed with myself, who also has struggled with mental health issues, which I'm not even going to call them issues anymore, mental health awarenesses, where my mind was being taken over by my ego or by thought processes that were old, pretty much outdated philosophies that have been passed down from my generation to generation. My inheritance has given these to me. But it's not just my inheritance, right? So we also, as an empath, I am an empath. So as an empath in this world, I am connected to everyone. And there is this feeling that I get that gets trapped in me that makes me sometimes feel like I'm the one who is depressed or having issues. And I can't even name half the time where they're coming from. A lot of times it was just suicidal thoughts, or this is just enough. And I grew up with a relatively great childhood. I had, at times narcissistic parents that couldn't give me the time and space that I required as an empath, needing so much emotion to be coddled and cared for and nourished, which as an adult I know that I can do it for myself, that I kind of depended on the world. So what I got from the world through my empathic powers really this is my superpower, and any one of you who says you're an empath, you have a superpower being an empath. But one of the powers has shown me that it's through being able to connect to the world that this healing is not just for myself. It's for my inheritance. It's inherited generational healing. It's also healing for the globe. So whenever there's an issue on Earth, or, the Australian fires, the latest, just to give an example, I feel that. I think we all kind of feel that without reading, without having to study and stare at the news. You feel it internally. And when our minds would come to us, anyone who's suffered with some stuff where the mind wants to take over, it's hard to just quiet it, drop into the heart and let it just be still. But that's the key. That's the key I've found, is that to take on the world's problems as an empath will weigh us down. Our thoughts will continually, through habit and repetition, move into those groves of despair, of depression, of high anxiety. He's ringing a bell. This is all that I've suffered with. Of suicidal thought that this is too much, this is enough. Of I don't understand why I feel this way, but somehow this is just too much. Being able to quiet the mind, which is for me meditation. I have to do it twice a day, 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at night, or this isn't going to work for me. I can't heal and allow my empathic powers to empower me to heal not just myself, but so many others if I can't stay in control of my mind. So I have to quiet that mind. That's step number one. Meditation is what works for me. Sometimes walks in nature, sometimes just focusing on something outside of any issue, like doing the dishes or vacuuming. For some people, cleaning can be really therapeutic because it's a repetitious action they don't have to think about. Yoga and meditation are what work for me, as well as I have taken on some Wim Hof breathing to really open up the blood cells and to really get everything oxygenated and flowing so it's not stagnant in my empathic body anymore. And then what else is working is using vision, using even bringing your hand to your heart, dropping your thoughts down into your heart space. Now, me opening my heart through removing the energetic blocks through emotion code, which I do offer if any of you need some of this. You can do it yourself, but emotion code helps. There's also a lot of meditative practices that help you to open up your heart. But being able to drop into your heart, to be able to use the power of the heart, right? Because we really had to get out of our head and start moving more into our heart quality. This is the gate of the soul. This is where love, joy, and gratitude really reside. You want to touch and have a relationship with the spirit, with your guides, with God, you need to go to your heart space. It's not going to be through your mind, and it's definitely not through your brain. Quiet that brain, drop into the heart. Whenever I move into a space now where I feel the energies around me are so heavy and I'm falling down into that depression again, it doesn't mean it won't happen. I'm going to feel this all the time. But I'm learning that if I can drop it out of my mind, right down into my heart, visualize my heart like this flame of love and gratitude, transforming, using my own inner alchemy to transform that emotion into love, into joy, into gratitude, and then just like an expanded balloon, visualize it expanding out of me and connecting to every other person who also feels this. Every animal, every plant, every part of Mother Earth, this entire globe that is still feeling these same feelings, because it's not just you or I. As an empath, we just have powers of doing a little bit deeper healing, but it's not just empathic human beings, which we all are empathic on some level. Some just have more sensitivities, which they're not sensitivities anymore. I've learned they're empowered qualities. These are our superpowers. So being able to use our empathic qualities to heal ourselves and then heal the rest of humanity and the rest of these sentient beings, animals and plants, insects, whatever is suffering on this earth. The wind speaking to me. whatever is going on, using this power to press it out of you. Take it out of the mind, drop it into the heart, press it out so it touches everyone. Quantum physics has proven that there is such an underlying life, an underlying connection we all share. One of my favorite books that I just read, The Field, oh my gosh, it's unreal, just our connection. And it is already been proven that we are all connected on a deeper level. And if we have to stay in our mind and question, how is this? How is that happening? Wait, I don't believe it, right? We're already too much in the head. We've blocked our own healing and our own awakening by overthinking. Our ego will take over if anything is out of the norm. But it's time that we live from our soul, from our heart. We're already evolving, and it's not evolving through our physicality, it's through the physical realm of life. We're evolving to a higher consciousness. And I know these videos, I don't do any editing really, I just kind of throw them out there because when they come, they hit so fast, and between taking care of my kids, who are my first priority outside of myself, this is such a hard time to even get these videos in. So if you've made it this far, then you're ready. You're ready to take the steps. My next video, I am going to do the steps of my morning routine and how I move into this meditation and this transformation. So stay tuned for that. And I wish you happy healing. You know, let's open up the consciousness. Let's make 2020 not just one of new beginnings, not just one of a new decade, but really the evolution of consciousness so that we really see our highest potential and we really, through love, healing, gratitude, and joy, see some change in our world. And it all starts from within us. We have to be able to accept our darkness, to accept our light, to see the birth of light through our darkness. And even when our darkness comes back in through whatever demons we're facing or we're healing for anyone else outside of just ourselves, that darkness is also cherished because it's through the dark we see our light. It's through the hatred of man we see and experience love. It's through the opposite of this dual world that we actually get to have the full experience of what it is. So how can we have gratitude in absolutely everything that's in front of us? Whether it's doom or gloom, or it's fantastic rainbows and butterflies. It's all there because it's supposed to be. And we're all supposed to love the whole process. And that is what will raise the vibration, but will raise the healing of the earth so we don't have to have such extremes of fires on an entire continent. It could be more mild because we're healing slowly and we're awakening slowly and we are using our powers as connection and our global awakening to really open us up to see life in a different way. Thank you.